Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
I want to run.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? What's going on? How y'all doing? Grand Rising. It's Thunder Thursday, Throwback Thursday, Thunderbolt Thursday. Watch out for that Hook Thursday. Welcome to Coffee and Donuts for Grown-Ups, brought to you by Sports Talk Network on BVO TV. Yes, it's the illest voice on YouTube. Yes, it is. I am the Master of Ceremonies. Crush the Legend, getting y'all day started. It's time to blast off into your day the right way. We ain't talking about NASA. How y'all doing? Oh man, listen. We got a good cook going on. We needed some rest, so we was doing some little lightweight during the week for us, Coffee and Donuts for Grown-Ups. But don't be afraid. We're back to save the day. Don't worry about it. The Guardians of the Galaxy of Boxing Talk is back to save the day. So don't worry about waking up this morning and everything being in disarray or whatever. You see the notification, you know the lightning bolt, you see STN, then you might well need to just get yourself in with STN. So how y'all doing this Thursday? Hopefully everybody's been having a good week and a great week so far. Of course, we got some boxing to talk about. Yay! We got some boxing to talk about. It's the fight week. Not one of the biggest fight weeks or the most anticipated fight weeks, but it's a fight week and there's some fights to talk about. But hey, man, listen, y'all know me. I like to listen back. I like to sit back and listen to everything. So we got some things to discuss this morning. The main topic, the main ingredient for today's meal is who is the king of 154? Who will wind up running 154? Or is it, in your opinion, that it is someone that's running 154 already? Some people say there is a king at 154. Some say there isn't. Some say, man, we got to get the thing rolling just like anywhere else. Get it down for the crown so we can find out what's actually going on in the most dangerous weight class, probably the most exciting weight class also in the sport of boxing. Right now, today is 154-pound weight class. So if you're a boxing mind and you like to bet and you really like to put your money out there, hey man, 154. When we talk about fights and we ask people about fights, and sometimes we can't decide who the winner is. So we say, man, it's a pick'em fight, 50-50. So that's one thing about the 154-pound weight class. There is a lot of, hey man, pick 'em. Any matchup that you decide to put together as a matchup most likely can be a 50-50 fight. You just don't know until you know, and that's why we have these discussions on a daily basis on the sport of boxing and all topics to see is most of our opinions close to the reality of the situation and everything above and below. But yeah, like I said, but before I actually get into the main topic, there's a few things I need to throw around real quick in the sport of boxing. Real fast. So one thing I want to throw around and everybody's talking about is the Shakur Stevenson situation. Did he leave Eddie Hearn? And then if he left Eddie Hearn, why he didn't complete the whole mission? He was half-stepping. If he left Eddie Hearn, he should have left Jay Prince. Why would he resign? So, there's a lot of things going on about that. And I don't know if that's quite actually the situation. So it seems like always, there's always rumors going around in boxing has one of the biggest rumor mills in all sports rumor mills, okay? It's just constantly expanding, and the pace of it is that's picking up, the rotation of it that's picking up, because there's always so many rumors with not too much facts to it at the end. But so their speculation is saying, no, it's not true. Shakur Stevenson did not leave Eddie Hearn or fire Eddie Hearn. This is what's going on. I don't really know, but like I said, until we actually hear it and see it from the people who can produce the receipts that it actually went down, or from the horse's mouth. But even sometimes from the horse's mouth, you take a gamble, because a horse always talk a little bit of hay that they chew. I mean, horses lie too. So just because you're hearing it from the horse's mouth doesn't mean that it's actually, certified, because people lie. So, there it is. But in my honest opinion, with Shakur Stevenson, and there's word saying that he has stepped out to further to get better treatment and help for his hands. So when he does face the upper competition, that he'd be more competitive against the other elite level fighters at 135 pounds, and wherever he goes as far as his weight class, because the hands could be a situation where it can really put a halt to your career, or slow it down some. So it was rumors that he said seeking out some better help for his hands, and his hands should be perfect, or as close to perfect as in his last 8 fights when he faced Zepeda, which I'm still waiting for the date for Shakur Stevenson and Will Zepeda. But yeah, the rumor is that he was supposed to left his his promoter, and this is something has been discussed a few times in the sport of boxing when it comes to fighters and promoters. Now, with that being said, a lot of us has argued and said, hey man, the promoters and the managers work for the fighters. We have heard a lot of people say that. They argue with that. Grand rising to everybody that's coming in. Tap the like button. Once I get a chance for you guys warm up, I will get the shout out to everybody that's coming in. We appreciate y'all coming in at 6:30 in the morning with y'all bad breath and the eye boogers in your eyes. That's a little joke to keep you motivated. This is the case right now. So this is the case that we on, and to see what is really the where it stands as far as Shakur Stevenson in the whole situation. We know that Shakur Stevenson, he'll be with a promoter, and then he getting away from a promoter, then he's back with a promoter, then he's talking down on a promoter, then he's bigging the promoter up, and all these moist behind attitudes. It's just too moist for me. But the thing is, with Shakur Stevenson, we really need to know what's going on, and none of us will really know what's going on until fight night. Shout out to my man, the great debater D Free, who always allude to that point, and I agree with him when it comes to talking about a situation or a fight in the sport of boxing, where a lot of us is just a speculation and assumption. We know we be rubbing and laughing, and hopefully the genie come out and tell us that we're correct about what we're talking about. But it's a touching situation when we talk about this sport of boxing, us as boxing fans. And it's touching on both sides, because us as boxing fans, a lot of us is on the opposite side of it. Because when it comes to fighters, the fighters that we like, or our favorite fighter, because some people just like one fight. So when it comes to the fighter or fighters that we like, we all are being accused of being called a part of protection agency when it comes to our favorite fighters. So these fighters can do nothing but protect themselves. I can only speak for them as far as I can speak for them, and everything else has to be done by the fighters and their team. But with the Shakur Stevenson situation, we really got to find out what the heck is really going on, because we know Shakur Stevenson switches up his words. So which is something that needs to be talked about, because We need to get down to the nitty gritty and see what's going on at 135 pounds, because we can't just keep going by the eye test and who we think is the guy. You know, some people say the young prospect slash champion is the number one guy at 135. Yes, I said a prospect. Yes, Keyshawn Davis is a prospect with a belt. Yes, he is. Got 13, 14 goddamn fights. Used to have to have at least about 20 fights or more before you even consider a contender. So, and plus, he's also still in the prospect stage because he's never really faced any opposition to really getting ready for the next level. Okay, so and in this situation also, whereas there's a big problem to where a lot of people are defending the friendship of Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson, which is where I come in and I have to blow the whistle on that, because there should be no friendship zone in the sport of boxing. And then us as boxing fans, when we talk about these fighters and them striving for greatness, striving for legacy. We talk about legacy every day. You guys is big on legacy. Y'all make these fighters legacy every day, which is something that we're not able to do. We can't set their legacy. We don't get to make their legacy, okay? Because it's their career and it's them, and they in the driver's seat in their team. But we can give our honest opinion on their legacy, and a lot of times we don't, simply because we just don't like the fighters. So we're not going to be honest on their legacy. And us as boxing fans and even some content creators, we're a piece of ish when it comes to that, because we act like that these fighters must do and run a career the way that we want them to. And as boxing fans and content creators, we are out of order when we do that. We are out of order. So one of my arguments will always be, as a boxing fan, as to stay in your lane as a boxing fan and even as a content creator, because a lot of times as a content creator and boxing fans, we all be out of order. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all need to stop the nonsense, tighten up, and just live in the reality of the situation. That's what you need to do. If you can take it, take it. If you can't, pity on you. I won't have sympathy for you. You can take that moist behavior somewhere else. I don't bring boxes of tissues to my lives or anywhere I go just to be wiping y'all moist behind eyes and all that and tears, because y'all was complaining and crying about what's going on in the sport of boxing. Coffee and donuts for grown-ups right here on STN. Smash the like button as you come in, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking some boxing. So like I said, so the whole situation that really needs to be panned out, we really need to see who is who, besides saying who we think is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is a sport to where, you know, it's about being competitive. And a lot of us feel as though there's no friend zone in a fighting sport. There is no friend zone in this fighting sport. I'm one of those fans that feel as though that how can you have friendly fire in a combat sport? You can't. But we as boxing fans, we talking about somebody's being the man. Where everybody can be the man at a weight class. That's the reason why you gotta boil down to one guy. That's why some of these belts, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, some of these belts and some of these weight classes need to go, because this is the reason why we got all this in between and never getting to the end of the subject. That is the problem. It's the ultimate problem, and none of y'all need to for those who continue to live with that nonsense. Come on, man, tighten up. This 2025, you need to get your boxing mind better than that. Let's be more on the reality side of things in 2025 when it comes to the sport of boxing. I know it's wishful thinking. I know it's very hard for you guys to do, but I'm not giving up on y'all. Oh, Crush is not gonna give up on y'all. You know, it is I got a slight or sprinkle of hope for y'all. But the reality will win at the end of the day. And the thing is, we talk about the best of being the best. You can't say that nobody can beat you, but you're not willing to get in the ring and show everybody that there's nobody in that weight class or any weight class that you in, friend or foe, can beat you. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Like I said, it's too many number ones. How many number ones in each weight class? 4. So ain't no damn number ones. How we gonna have all these number ones? You only can be number one damn time. What are y'all talking about? So you got 2 guys saying, man, I don't think nobody can beat me. I don't think nobody's better than me. Well, if you 2 people is in the same weight class, y'all got the same mindset that y'all won't you just go ahead and show us? And you cannot do that. And for you as a boxing fan, because you sitting up there, going out there, and then you up there, y'all cool with that as boxing fans, but y'all get on here and y'all talk y'all trash every day about, man, we need to see who the best of the best. We're not going to see who the best of the best. And you can't talk about you want to see the best fight the best when you simply got 2 guys in the same weight class that y'all use a fake behind boxing fan. Moist Meat Award for y'all. You're a fake boxing fan. You can't say that you love boxing and you can't say that you a big behind liar. You're lying, pants on fire. Somebody put some water on his drawers before the nuts burn down. What do you boxing fans be talking about? No, y'all don't. No, y'all not keeping it real. No, you're not about the best fighting the daggone best. No, you're not. Because you're simply saying, oh, they ain't got to fight each other. Why don't they? They both saying they the best. Friendship my behind. They ain't no real friendship. And people trying to say, oh, they friends. Them dudes ain't know each other their whole damn lives. Let's just be honest. They met through boxing, okay? They met through boxing. They ain't from the same hood. They ain't from the same hood. They ain't come up from the sandbox. So don't give me that. And even if they did come from the sandbox, so what? So what? That makes it even better to want to get paid together. But see, you know, these people, they so daggone moist. They so worried about losing. They so worried about losing because some of you boxing fans and just some of these fighters believe that, you know, once you lose, it's over for you. Well, yeah, some of y'all do that anyway. Y'all go from vine to vine because I seen a lot of y'all give up on fighters when they have a bad night or they lose. I see y'all give up on bad fighters all the daggone time. So I can't trust none of y'all word when y'all building on the sport of boxing because every time I turn around, you switching up. You was just like in this fighter yesterday, then 10 hours later on somebody new live, you don't even like that fighter no more. But what happened, homie? What happened? You just like this fighter 8 hours ago. Now 8 hours later, you don't like this guy. He's a piece of crap. His resume ain't nothing. He ain't never did nothing but just 8 hours before that, you was just bigging this guy up. Come on, boxing fans. Do something with yourself. Moist meter activities. Moist meters activity. Y'all need to stop it, man. Y'all need to stop. I'm going to call y'all out on it. I'll tell you, I would not be nice in 2025. I'm blowing the whistle on everybody that's out of order, okay? And you don't necessarily have to be talking all loud and be belligerent and all that, because the main thing that makes you out of order is your capism. That's what really makes you out of order. Not me because you're so full of cap. For me, I don't know for everybody else. Everybody else out of order definition may mean something different from mine. So now you know there may be a slight difference in that. No confusion. Let us move on. But still with Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, I'm not buying it. One of them got to go to another weight class. Okay? Simple plain. If everybody else at 135 need to fight each other and all that, then why shouldn't they? You are not a true boxing fan if you saying, you sitting up here saying, man, you know, you don't understand, man. You know, everything ain't about money. So good money, making good money, being able to get rich together with really no damn problem. I'm scratching my head on that. then you ain't about making no daggone money either. You just a big behind fraud. You're fraudulent, fraudulent, fraud. I'm going to start giving you guys a grade F because you're fraud and you're fraudulent. You just faking the funk. You see what I'm saying? Like the main source song, you're faking the funk. Faking the funk. Come on, man. Y'all got me feeling like main source this morning. Got me looking at the front door because I'm ready to throw y'all through the front door. I'm not gonna walk out the front door. I'm gonna be goddamn Uncle Phil. Y'all gonna get Jazzy Jeff with that nonsense. You know, that's why I gotta make sure I keep doing my push-ups. Some of y'all kind of heavy, man. You know, I ain't a big guy. You know what I mean? So I gotta make sure I got that prayer man strength to toss y'all on up out of here with that nonsense, man. But how y'all doing, man? So this is the situations, one of the situations that we are at in the sport of boxing, which we've been stuck in this situation for some time right now. So you question yourself as a true boxing fan if you saying it's okay with two guys that's in the same division, champions. But this is for y'all accolade people, the accolade lovers. Y'all always want to see people go for undisputed. Huh? So why I don't hear talks about the top guys who has the best chance of becoming undisputed at 135 not being heard? I don't hear about that. Oh, I only hear about, oh, y'all complain about one fighter not wanting to be undisputed. That's what I hear. But then y'all give other fighters a pass, and they ain't got to worry about being undisputed. I'm talking to y'all. Since y'all manage everybody's career, I'm asking y'all. Y'all be doing too much. Where y'all be doing? So y'all be doing too much. Ain't no damn friend zone in the sport of boxing. And you're defending Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevens or anybody in the sport of boxing that's not blood related. That's not blood related. And you talking about you cool with them not fighting? You ain't no true boxing fan. And every day I'm gonna take your behind the wall because you faking the phone. Get up on out of here with that nonsense. You ain't no true boxing fan. Well, we know you. Well, I can throw this in your face. What you got to say about Riddick Bowe and Mike Tyson? They came up from the damn sandbox. They came from the sandbox. That's one. For two, then Mike went off and went behind bars. You understand what I'm saying? These guys that came up in the same neighborhood, okay, grew up together. Not these two dudes, one guy from Virginia, the other one from damn Jersey. How you come up in the same sandbox? Okay, because you know they run into each other when they go out on the roads in the boxing, and so what? Why we ain't never hear about this guy? Why we ain't never hear? Listen. Well, I'll move on to the main topic. Because I'm listen. My whole thing is this. Now, this your so-called homie, y'all homies, right? Since y'all want to talk this homie stuff. Your homies and this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. Now, listen, one homie career started before the others now, okay? My friend, my bestie coming up into the sport. My bestie coming into the sport. We like brothers. Yeah. Y'all know where I'm getting at. Because sometimes we will hear some of that in another sport. Hey, man, hey, check this out, man. You hear the basketball, they'll tell you, hey, man, guess who's coming next? This, that, and the other. But basketball, they ain't got no time for that. They're going to wind up having to play against each other. You see what I'm saying? Because they're on opposite teams. But in boxing, you can, oh, I don't want to fight him. He my friend. But y'all the best. Like I said, everybody can't share. You can't share being number one. Okay? There's only one number one. That's why you gotta get everybody the heck up on out here. Okay? So I don't want to hear this about Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. And y'all as boxing fans, y'all always talk about somebody else's legacy. Talk about Shakur Stevenson's legacy and talk about Keyshawn Davis' legacy. Because I don't hear y'all talking about their legacy. Matter of fact, y'all shouldn't be talking about no active fighter's legacy right now because you're not supposed to talk about their legacy until after their career is over. There's no legacy if their career is still activated, people. Keep saying fighters are Hall of Fame. No, they're not. They're not in the Hall of Fame. They're not Hall of Famers. You have to be in the Hall of Fame to be a Hall of Famer. Their careers are still active. So stop saying they like the rest of these guys because they're not. They're not. Y'all need to stop that. He's a Hall of Famer. No, he's not. Isn't he still boxing? So how is he a Hall of Famer? Then there's no guarantee that these guys gonna come in and be first, second ballot. We still got guys that been retired for 20, 30 goddamn years, ain't still got no Hall of Fame yet. And they got accolades, they unified, they undisputed. So what are y'all talking about? I'm trying to get y'all out this kindergarten stage of boxing talk, but you keep dragging me back. What are we gonna do here? I need some help. Guardian of the Galaxies, Grand Rising, what's going on, FTN? Help me out this morning. This stuff is nonsense. Salute to my brothers, man. What's going on, man?
Not much, Uncle. How you doing?
What's poppin' with you, man? Hey, man, we gotta do our cook, baby. STA, coffee, donuts, man. We gotta give these people they caffeine, they vitamin E, A, and D. That's what we are in the morning. Everybody's wake and bake, brother. So we gotta wake them up the right way because they always going to sleep on a bad pillow when it comes to boxing talk. Yeah, man.
They just
go ahead, bro. Cook.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I was talking to my cousin the other day. He was like, Tank's legacy and da. And I was like, look, listen, brother. I was like, as much as we all like Tank, he's still active. We can't talk about nothing about that. I was like, we got to see what he's gonna do in this rematch. And on top of that, we got to see what he's doing after the rematch. So even after the rematch, I be telling people, we can't be like, oh well, he's a great fighter when none of these dudes fought each other yet. None of these guys.
Yeah.
So we can't even do that. We could do that for Boots because Boots went out and fought. You know what I'm saying? He went out and fought Stan Jonas, and Stan Jonas agreed to that, and they fought each other. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We still not gonna talk about his legacy because he's still active. Yeah, he cemented himself. But he's still active. He's still trying to make his legacy. Let them make their legacies. You can root for who you root for, but let them make their legacies.
Yeah, you gotta let them expand. So what you think about the 150? Quick question. What you feel about the 154-pound weight class? What you feel about 154? Who you think will wind up running 154?
If Mel don't go back, quote me on this. If Mel does not go back, Fundora's gonna be beating everybody. And he's not. And he's not. Listen. Listen. This is my uncle. I've been around boxing since I've been 8. He's not gonna be here for a long time. He's definitely not gonna be here for a long time. He's definitely not gonna be there for a long time. I don't see nobody beating that kid. I do not see nobody beating that kid, man. That kid is he's too active, one, and he keeps coming forward, and people don't like that. People do not like that. One thing about what I learned about as I was growing up and fighting and stuff like that, people don't like pressure. And a lot of these fighters, man, they crack under pressure. How does it say? Pressure's bust pipes. So, I don't know, man. D3, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning, everybody in the chat also.
What it
You're,
do? What it do, fellas?
what's going on? What's
Ain't
going on?
nothing.
Oh man, yo. So you know that thing we was talking about? Was it yesterday night or the other night before? You know how like we was talking about the brittle hands with Shakur and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know how like there's like that Grant gloves, but there's different variations of them and stuff like that. Like you know what I'm saying, right? Like the different variations of gloves, like they have different varies of gloves and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
Why doesn't he just go back to Grant and use the Grant gloves, the same ones that Floyd was using? Because I know he has the brittle hands like Floyd.
Well, that one of two reasons. One is if he's not the 8 side, he can't choose what gloves he can use. And two is maybe they're not comfortable to him. Maybe he's using another pair of gloves that has a little more cushion, like more of a boxer glove instead of a puncher's glove.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, I know that. I know for sure that those rival gloves he's using, they're all kind of puncher's gloves. Like only all like really puncher's gloves, because like if you feel them on the inside, they're like puncher's gloves and stuff. So it's weird that he's still using those.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. Maybe those gloves is not. It's gonna be like it depends on what type of therapy he's getting for his hands.
Yeah, that too. That too. That definitely too. But yeah, I definitely still think Sebastian Fundora probably beats everybody in that division.
And what
So,
division?
and 54. I don't think anybody really beats him. I don't think anybody beats him. Listen, man. Listen, man. I don't think anybody beats. If anybody beats him, it's the one that beats Tim Tszyu. That's really it.
I know what you're saying. I don't agree with you. I know what you're saying.
Hey, look, listen, bro. We can.
Let me explain to you. You say you don't think anybody beats you, but Brian Mendoza knocked this man out cold.
You're right.
And Brian Mendoza is not the best guy in the division.
Hey, look, listen, man. I felt like since the Tim Tszyu fight, he think he the man now.
No, if it wasn't for the fact that Tim Tszyu got cut,
That's a fact.
winning that fight.
That was a fact.
Yeah. Tim was beating the brakes off of Fundora, man.
Then he got the cut. Then he got his brace money off him.
You gotta understand. Brian Mendoza knocked this man out. Tim Tszyu was winning until he got cut. Erson Lubin fought the wrong fight. When Erson Lubin was fighting his fight, he was beating Fundora. He dropped Fundora.
Yeah.
No, Fundora's not that good.
He's not. You know what it is?
He got fortunate enough that Tim Tszyu got cut, and Tim Tszyu couldn't see. His team was the dumb one because they let the fight go on instead of stopping the fight.
Yeah, but before the Mendoza knockout, he was winning that fight. But the thing was, though, too, with the Tim Tszyu fight, he was getting outboxed. They should have did stop that fight. But even the Lubin fight, I don't know what was going on with Lubin, where he thought, okay, let me stop and just fight with this man.
Yeah.
But
I don't see Sebastian holding on to those belts that long.
Me with Deep Free,
champion gets another champion. I think he lose those belts if you go fight one of the other champions.
Do you think Virgil beats him? You think Virgil beats him?
I think Virgil can beat him. Yeah, I think Virgil can beat him.
Yeah, I think Virgil got a good chance to beat him.
Virgil's a good body puncher. Burns is a good body puncher. Tim Tszyu
He is too, though.
He got a lot of real estate right there.
Yeah, he definitely do. But so does Fundora though.
Yeah, Fundora is a good body puncher, but the problem is
He's too damn tall.
Fundora, he can't take a shot. His chin is suspect. He's been dropped against Ersten Lubin. He got knocked out against Brian Mendoza. His chin is suspect. He can't take a shot.
Yeah. He probably can take a shot in the shot glass better than he take a punch.
And that's another thing. That's another thing. The reason why I don't think he's the best guy, because his defense is garbage.
Yeah. Suspect defense. He gonna need that, especially at that weight class. I don't agree with people that saying who thinks right now that Fundora is that guy and he'll beat everybody. Nah, he's okay. I don't have nothing against him. He's cool, but nah, man. I see him getting boot to ass very soon. Somebody's gonna put boot to his ass soon. Guarantee that.
We already said that Gabriel Fundora is better than him. So are you saying Gabriel Fundora is better than everybody else at 54? If you think he's the best guy?
Shoot, at this point, throw her in there. Throw her in there. Throw her in there.
That's what we saying.
Throw her in there. Throw her in there, man. That's what it is, man. Man.
Great point. That's a great debater right there. That's a great point. So basically, we are saying that. And for those who have that mindset and not going to agree, well, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing for y'all because moist meat activities, we're not going to activate them right now. But we got y'all. Yeah. So, yes, that's what we saying. Because if you think that Fundora is the best at 154 and his little sister Gabby is better than him, then we saying that she's better than everybody at 154. Yes. This is boxing, people. This is what happened.
Throw her in there.
What are we talking about on FTN, man? He up there talking this nonsense, this boxing propaganda, talking about Gabriel Fundora is better than all the guys at 54. Well, it's okay. Clarissa says she's better than guys in boxing, so I guess at this capacity and this narrative, it's the same situation. Get over it, man. Get over it. Yeah, but speaking of her real quick, I kind of lost a little respect for my girl because she talking about moving down in weight. Like, how much lighter in the ass can she get? If she gets any lighter, she's going to be more float to that ounce instead of more bounce to that ounce, man. She going to be walking around float like an air particle. And I'm thinking, she's young, and a lot of people feel as though that the both of them can actually go up in weight classes because they got so much space in them. Space for weight because of the they height and their thinness, but I don't know. And I was expecting hopefully that she will wind up moving up in weight, but her going down, that might not work good for her. So hey, she better be careful. So I'm saying this now, y'all. If she goes down a weight class and you wind up losing or not looking as dominant as she's been looking, remember, you heard it first on STN, and Crush told you so. Thank you. You can pay me later. If she got to watch herself. That's dangerous, moving down in weight and actually being so thin where she could be moving up in weight, which I think her brother would never go up in weight. People would they think he can get up to at least 68, 175 with his height. He's not going up there. And the reason why he won't go up to another weight class because he feels as though that he ain't heavy enough for that weight class. For a weight class north or 2 weight classes north. He gonna have problems. And his lower one that he's having, at 154 is going to slow down very soon once he gets in there with a killer. Bakhram, who a lot of people would say would be able to be the man at 54. Cool, but Mel coming back. This is what I want to talk about. That's why I want to talk about it, because everybody's talking about that bird do this and this person that. Well, let's have a friendly reminder, people, right here on STN. The man of 154 who didn't get beat is returning. So the true man of 154, okay, y'all can pull y'all tissues out right now. Moist meter activated because I know there's a lot of humidity going over there where y'all sitting at because y'all don't like the truth. You know what I mean? So he is the man to beat because the last time somebody was undisputed at 154 pounds, it was Jermell Charlo who went and cleared out a whole damn weight class. Can't say that about a lot of your favorite fighters today. This man actually went through a whole weight class, bottom, middle, and top. So if it's anybody that's still the beat and he's coming, they got to beat him because I'm gonna tell you, if you're going off the eye test, I don't see none of these dudes, top dudes at 154 beating Mel Charlo. What y'all think?
Yeah.
I want to run.
That's all you gonna get this morning, baby. He like that one. He like that one. Cause you know he a Charlo guy. You know him and my man KQKC. They Charlo guys. So he don't know how to act right now. This buzz for you, BBO.
You have
Go ahead,
you have a great point. Do anybody have the Ring Magazine belt, or does Charlo still have that?
No, I think he vacated that when he moved up.
No, I mean that's not a belt that he vacated. That would be something that they would have to take. They would have to take it from him. Well, actually, they don't even take it from you. If you move up, you don't vacate the belt. They just say, okay, we're going to make somebody else the Ring Magazine champion or the linear champion.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Cause I know Sebastian ain't got it. I was trying to see if they had gave it to Bud when he won against Magnamall, but I don't think they did. So
I think it was straight to WBC with that one.
Yeah, so right now, because he never said that he was going to campaign at 68. He just went there to fight Canelo. So he still is the linear champion. So yeah, he is the guy to beat because he's still a linear champion. The thing is, I got to see what Mel looks like after the long layoff. I still think he beats the majority of those guys at 54. Now the problem could be that it could be hard for him to make the weight now that he went up and he had the long layoff. It could be hard for him to make the weight now. So, but I still think he beat. I still think he beats Tim Tszyu. I still think he beats Sebastian Fundora. I think he beats Virgil. I think he beats a lot of those guys. I think he beats a lot of them. So we just have to see how he looks from the long layoff. If he because he didn't take no damage from Canelo, so it's not like he got knocked out and we gotta figure out how if he has any lingering mental issues from the fight. He didn't get knocked out, so it's going to be up to him to see how the ring rust does and how his body holds up to that weight. Being though that he's older, he went up to a bigger weight class now, and he got to lose weight to come back down to 54. He might just feel a little more comfortable at the bigger weight now.
He might. To me, I think he might just move up to 60 though. I think he might just move up because I think he sees 60 as a weaker division. And I don't want to say he's picking on it, but I think him being able to become two-time undisputed there, that cement him as a Hall of Famer. So I don't think he's coming back down. And even then, like what D Free said, it's probably going to be harder now because how old is he now? He's 32, right? 33?
No. He's 35.
Oh, look at that. So yeah, I think it's probably time for him. I was saying it too before he even fought Canelo. It's probably time for him to move up at 60 because I think at 60 he beats everybody. I don't really think anybody at 60 beats him.
Yeah, you gotta remember the Charlos are the same age as Canelo. They are the same age. They're a month apart.
Yeah, so why not, bro? Go try to be undisputed at 60. I'm pretty sure Jenabek, that's probably gonna be his hardest fight at 60, but he probably beats him. Because then I forgot who the champions at who the rest of the champions at 60. Because I forgot.
Jennebeck and is one other guy. The Jennebeck and one other guy. I think one of the belts is vacant.
Look at that. Go get the vacant belt. Go get the other guy, and then go beat on Jennebeck. 60.
Yeah,
there you go. You're a Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah, I think Jennebeck got 2 belts. I think one of the belts is vacant, and then there's another guy that's a champion.
Yes, I don't know. Because I think health wise is not a smart move for him to go back down 54. If you're 35 and you just went up to 68, that's not smart. Whoever's, his management company or whatever, but just don't do that. That's stupid. Don't do that. Because you're 35, you're gonna try to kill yourself to make 54. Because he's a big guy. Like I didn't even realize it until he really actually fought Canelo. And I'm like, oh shit, he is actually really kind of.
No, I already knew he was a bigger guy. It's just Canelo's more comfortable at that weight class, but he's bigger than Canelo. He's taller. His weight is bigger because they walk around. Both the Charlos walk around at like 180. They walk around at like 180.
Yeah, they're both like 6 foot, right? Something like that.
Yeah, they 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah, he got like a big frame. A little bit. He's got a big frame.
Yeah, they're about the same size as David Benavidez, just maybe 20 pounds lighter. Maybe 20 pounds lighter, but they're about the same size as David Benavidez.
I mean, it ain't no shame. I mean, again, you like Unc said, ain't nobody really beat him in the division. I mean, except for Tony Harrison, but he got that back. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like. I mean, what else you really have to prove at 54? Let them have that. You can have that.
Yeah.
They can have that. I mean, it's like, for what, bro? Go conquer another weight division, bro. Go do that. I know that he can do that. Because that's one thing, I'm never going to doubt that, man. He can do that. He definitely can do that. Because I've bet against that dude, and I lost plenty of times. So it's not... Yeah, bro, he can do that. He definitely can do that. And especially the way that division at 60 is looking, ain't nobody beating that, man.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't see nobody at 60. I mean, outside of Jennebeck, I think there's one other name up there. The only other name that I recognize at 60 now is daggone Hatchet.
No, he's at 54. Tavern.
Who?
He's talking about Xander Zayas.
Oh yeah, Xander Zayas is at 54. But the only other name I recognize at 60 is Hatchet. He just moved up there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, bro, because it's weird. It's a weird division. Like, it's like it went from Gennady Golovkin and all of them to like, all right, well, it's dead now.
Even before.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, because when Triple G was there was.
It was a dead division.
It was only 4 names in the division. That was Jermell, Triple G, Jennebeck, and the other guy. I'm forgetting this guy's name that's at 60 right now. It's one other guy. Those were the only 4 names that was at 60.
Yeah.
Jaime McGear, but Jaime McGear just moved up.
Yeah. And that's later on Golovkin's career, because even when that was later on in his career, because even when he was dominating, there was really no names there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like I said, Jaime McGear was there, and they were trying to make the Jermell Charlo fight with Jaime McGear, but they wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
Oscar would never make it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Oscar knew not to make that fight. Oscar wasn't stupid.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's nobody. I mean, and that could be one of the reasons why Jermell don't want to move up there, because there is no big money fight. is no big money fight outside of maybe Jenabek. And
Yeah,
Jenabek is really not a big money fight. Nobody's really checking for Jenabek like that. So I
yeah.
mean, it's no big money fight. So that could be one of the reasons why Jermell is so hesitant to go on to 60
Or what if he just
because
skips 60 and goes 68?
I mean he could go to 68. It wasn't like the weight was too much for him. He was just
He,
in there with somebody. He was just in there with the best guy at the weight class, or
yeah.
considered to be the best guy at the weight class. So it's almost like he gotta get acclimated at the weight. So
Yeah.
I think he can do well at 68. It's just a matter of working his way to the big fights. You can't just go in there and go to the big fight at that weight class. Like everybody said, oh, the champion moves up and fight the next champion. Yeah, you can do that for the most part, but when you skipping over a weight class, it gets harder to beat that next champion when you skipping over a weight class and going to the champion at a higher weight class.
Yeah, if he does go to 68, who you think is a good introduction fight for him to come back to?
At 68, I could see him getting in there with Boo Boo.
Is Boo Boo still
I
fighting?
could, yeah, he's still fighting. He didn't retire. He just quit against David Benavidez, but he ain't retire. I could see him getting there with Boo Boo. I could see him getting in there with um. I could see him getting in there with somebody like a Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is not a real big puncher like that. Um, Caleb Plant still has a gas tank issue. I can see him getting there with somebody like that. I can see him getting there with somebody like William Skull. William Skull is another one that's not a real big puncher. Um, to get him acclimated at the weight class. So it's a few guys he can get in there with.
I
Um,
mean, I would like to see, like, honestly, if he does come back, and let's say he comes back and he fights, if just for him to, like, you know what I'm saying, just get the ring rust off, I would see him in there with McCumbee. Throw him in there with McCumbee.
yeah,
Have
he can get in
have
there with
McCumbee
McCumbee.
get in there with, because he's gonna knock out McCumbee, but at least just for him to get the ring rust off, get him in there with McCumbee, and let him knock him out.
Yeah. Like I said, if he even if he get in there with somebody like Boo Boo Andrade, he ain't been he hasn't fought since he fought David Benavidez. So both of them have ring rust that they got to get off. So I think that's another good fight that he can have, that he could get acclimated at, and that's a fight that a lot of people wanted to see, and now we can probably get it. So
I'm
I
hoping.
think
I'm
I think
hoping.
that's enough.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping he
I
come.
think
I'm hoping he come back. I'm hoping he come back soon because I've been wanting to watch him fight since the
Oh
Canelo
well,
Alvarez.
he got his fight is already well. Oh no, that's not his. That's
That's small.
Jamal fight is already scheduled. Jamal is fighting on the undercard of Caleb Plant. I gotta look. I think Jamel. I'm not sure if his fight is already signed. I gotta look it up. But I know Jamal fight is already signed. Jamal is going to be on the undercard of Caleb Plant, which is in July, I think. It's either June or July.
Yeah, yo, man.
Yeah.
Listen, if they go up there, bro, that's I mean, if he goes, that just makes the division more interesting as it goes because it's now becoming, well, not becoming, it's became it more interesting. But now, like, Canelo really ain't got no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be like, oh, Canelo ain't got no more fight. It's to fight. It's to fight. Oh, he still got more. You know what I'm saying? He still got more. He's at 68. And if he looks good against this dude and then beats Caleb Plant like the way that they're planning to put him against Caleb Plant, then what's really the excuse? Because there ain't really nobody else in the division like that. You beat everybody else.
Yeah. But to the original question, who is the king of 54? I don't think it is a king at 54. I think it's wide open. Um, all of those guys right now that's at 54, outside of Bakhram, I mean, like I said, that could have just been because that was Tim Tszyu, the reason why Bakhram looked the way he looked. But right now, Bakhram is the only one that I say, okay, you know what, this dude might be a problem for everybody at 54. I don't think there is a king at 54. Jermell, if he comes
He's
back and he looks like the old Jermell, I mean, you got to say he's the king of 54 because he's the only one that hasn't lost to anybody in the ring outside of the Tony Harrison that he rematched and got a knockout victory in. So,
I mean, it's a good division to be at right now, to tell you the truth. It's a very good division to be at. So
yeah, that took over the money division from 47 because 47 was the glamour division, but now it looks like 54 is the glamour division right now because all of the big name fights is at 54. They're not at 47 right now.
yeah, I mean, they need to. I don't know. I think the what's his name again? The guy who beat Tim Tszyu.
Bakhram.
Right. So it's him. He's the champion. It's Fundora, and who else is it? Virgil.
That's it.
And ain't Virgil champ?
Are you talking about champion?
Yeah, ain't Virgil champ?
It's Bakhram. It's Bakhram, Sebastian, and Boots. I mean, Bud right now until he dropped the belt. Once Bud drops the belt, then that belt is vacant. That belt is vacant, and then the person that can get elevated to that belt would be either Virgil. No, Virgil's not the interim champion. I'm trying to think who's the interim champion for the WBO. Oh no. It's not. Hold up. No, Bud is the interim champion for the WBO. Bud has the WBA. Bud has the WBA. Who is the interim champion for the WBA? That's the question. Who's the because Sebastian got the WBC and the WBO. Bakhram got the IBF. But the WBA is what Bud has, but there's an interim champion to the WBA, I believe. So right now, if Bud drops that belt would be vacant. There's only two champions in the weight class.
Okay, well, I see it. I don't know. I can see what you're talking about. Like, imagine like that dude having the because he's beat Tim Tszyu. So like, you know what I'm saying, I could definitely see what you're talking about with him.
Yeah, but like I said, I think he can be beat too. It just maybe it's because it was Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is more of a come forward fighter. Maybe if you fight somebody that's more of a boxer, I'm trying to think. Somebody that's not a come forward fighter. Somebody like Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas is more of a boxer puncher. He's not a come forward fighter. Now I'm not saying Xander Zayas beats him. I'm just saying that style of fighting. If you have that style of fighting, they probably can beat him. Because he looks like a real big puncher. Like I said, I'm not going to say he's not because we know that Tim Tszyu can take a punch, and Tim Tszyu looked like he was getting beat up by somebody much bigger than him. Like I never seen Tim Tszyu get manhandled the way he did, and I wasn't a big Tim Tszyu fan. I just never seen him get manhandled like that. Like.
He was out there getting mollywopped.
Coming with him.
He was getting mollywopped out there. I was like, goddamn.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's a good division. I mean, I don't know. I stand behind what I said, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Fundora probably got him.
That's why I say Boots can go up. The version of Boots that we seen 2 Saturdays ago, I say that version of Boots can beat majority everybody at 54 from what I've seen.
You know what's scary is that he's not even filled out. I was like,
That's
Jesus
what I'm
Christ.
saying. Him getting bigger, he can be a lot more stronger. Now, I mean, of course, he's not going to be as fast as the heavier the weight gets, the slower he gets. Now he can still have the fast hand speed, but his footwork is not going to be as quick. His footwork not going to be as quick. He can still have the reflexes, still have the fast hands, but his footwork not going to be as quick. But the thing is, like I said, I could see Boots beating majority of those guys, if not all of them, at 54. The version that we saw 2 Saturdays ago.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We gotta see what he's gonna do. Supposedly he might move up though.
Yeah,
He
I
might
mean,
just
I could see him moving up probably by the end of this year. By the end of this year, I can see him moving up if he doesn't get those fights with Mario Barrio and he doesn't get the fight with Brian Norman. I can see him say, you know what? All right, I'm done. I'm not waiting around for these dudes. I'm out.
yeah. I mean, well, because Brian Norman's really not like he's promoted by Top Rank, right? But he's like a co-promoted with Top Rank or something like that right now, right?
No, he signed. He ain't co-promoted by nobody. He signed the Top Rank. That's his promoting. That's the reason why he's fighting. I mean, if you look, all the guys that he fought since he's been right before he came champion, it was all Top Rank guys. That's who he is. He's a Top Rank guy. He don't have no other promotional company.
I think that's the best fight for him though. Like 47, like the best fight could possibly be made.
It looks like it's close to being a done deal for the Jin Sasaki fight. It looks like it's almost close to a done deal. That fight is almost done. So it looks like he's going to Japan, which I believe. I mean, from what I've seen from Jin Sasaki, if Brian Norman is himself, I think Brian Norman can stop Jin Sasaki. I don't see nothing from Jin that say, okay, Brian Norman got to worry about this guy. The dude, he doesn't have great defense. I've seen this dude get hit multiple times with clean shots.
Right.
Brian, I think Brian is a bigger puncher than anybody he has faced. I think Brian is a bigger puncher than him. So I think if Brian is fighting his fight and he is himself, because I'm not gonna say, I mean, you never know what happens when you go over to these other countries. Anything can happen. You can eat from a bad restaurant or something like that, and you know how they say back in the days, people would say, hey, they had to stay in their hotel because people was threatening to get food poisoning and all types of stuff. So, like I said, if he goes over there and he is himself, I think he could beat Jin Sasaki easy. Now, that being said, if he goes over there and he goes the distance with Jin Sasaki, do not be surprised if they rob Brian Norman. Do not be surprised.
I mean, and I've covered it. I've said it before. He has these like weird, how do you say it, brain lapses. You know what I'm saying? I just haven't gotten a chance to really say it to his dad. Like he'll get these brain lapses where he's doing great in a fight, but then I don't know for what reason he'll stop doing what he's doing and just sit there to try to get hit to fire something else back when he's doing great with the original plan he was doing. So it's like, I don't know, like he's good. I think he's good. I think he's really, really good. But you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna fight a Boots and you're gonna be against a Boots on that level, you gotta be perfect. Well, not perfect, but damn near perfect. So it's a weird situation. But I think the kid got it. I think the kid can do it. I think definitely the kid can do it. If anybody can do it, it's definitely him.
Yeah, and see, that's what everybody said. They like, oh, Boots get hit too much. Brian Norman hits Boots with those shots. He's gonna stop Boots. But when have we seen Boots hurt?
Never. I don't think I've ever seen that kid get hurt.
So who's to say that Boots don't have a granite chin? Everybody keeps saying we've seen him get hit with too many clean shots. Now, some of these guys that hit him with clean shots are not weak punchers. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have the power. They have the same power as Brian Norman, but I mean, Boots might just be a person that has a granite chin. Yeah. And I keep telling people, a lot of times that we see Boots get hit, a lot of times he's rolling with those shots. So those shots are not getting the full effect. They might be what you consider a clean shot, but it's not having the full effect because he always rolls with it. So he does get hit with a couple of shots that might have the full effect, but are those big shots or are those weak shots? Who knows? I mean, we're not in the ring to find out exactly how hard those shots was. We just going for what we see. So
yeah.
But
even then, when people
get hit by,
go ahead.
No, I would just say that if Brian Norman loads up on a shot and he hits Boots with a clean shot, he loads up and he hits Boots with a clean shot, and Boots take that shot, what happens next for Brian Norman?
That's a long night. Now he like I said, B Norman has those lapses where he'll get hit himself, and I've seen him get hurt because the dude that fought him for the championship hurt him. I think it was in like one of those rounds. He hurt him, and it was like, oh, he hurt him, but B Norman stormed back, and it's good. Like he got the heart and he has the skill. It worries me because he does get hit a lot. Because even with the last dude he fought, he was getting hit a lot, and I'm like, bro, why are you sitting there getting hit for? What is going on?
Yeah.
So it's.
I mean, we saw Brian Norman get rocked in the last fight
that's what I'm saying.
When he rocked that dude, he went in to go try to stop him, and he got caught with two big shots, and he got rocked. I was like, now he's hurt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a heavy supporter to do it, and I think he can do it. That's one thing I damn sure can, like, I'll say and I'll defend it. He can beat Boots, but he has to be sharp. He has to be super sharp.
I mean, we believe he can beat Boots if he fights the right fight, but I don't know.
They just gotta hop in there and do it. They gotta hop in there and fight each other. They have to.
Yeah.
Like I really don't care for anybody that fights Barrios. I really don't care because Barrios obviously is gonna lose the championship. It won't be now.
I'm gonna go back on what I said because we said Brian. I was one of the ones that said I believe that Mario Barrio is the weakest link out of the champions. I gotta go back because I'm putting too much real estate into how he looked against Abel Ramos. Now, Abel Ramos is a solid opponent. He's a solid opponent. Abel Ramos has a little bit of power. But we see Mario Barrio go the distance with Keith Thurman. We see Mario Barrio get in the ring with Tank Davis. Do we believe that Brian Norman is better than those opponents? Do you think Brian Norman, skill-wise and ring IQ-wise, is better than a Keith Thurman or a Tank Davis? I don't know. I don't know.
Facts.
I think his power is probably up there with those guys, but do I think his ring IQ and his skill-wise is better than Tank Davis or Keith Thurman? I don't know.
Right. But, we're going to wrap this show up today. Guys, thank you. Please like, follow, subscribe. You got my man D Free. Unk, I don't know where he went to, but, that's Grumpy Unk. Just Ask Juan. And we out, y'all.
Peace.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit RayconGlobal.com That's rayconglobal.com and elevate your listening experience.